Welcome on Police Extravaganza. In this video, you will see an interesting ID refusal situation. Remember that this is your First Amendment right to film in public, including a police officer. Violating your First Amendment right to film in public is a reason to remove a police officer's qualified immunity.
I'm going to do a public record request for the daily visitor log. See how it goes. Let's see, it says lobby area is recorded. Hi, how are you?
Hi, sir.
I'm here to submit a public record request.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi, Jimmy. This is Gail at the front desk. I just had a question asked by one of our customers came to the window. He wanted to take a photograph of the sign-in sheet that we have over at the office's window. Now, I talked to Cynthia about it. She said she don't see why not. He can't do that, but she said to verify it with you first. And you're not answering your phone. And he's here at the window. Would you call me back as soon as possible? I'm just going to tell him to go ahead and do what he wants to do because actually I've never been asked that question before, and Cynthia also said she didn't think there was anything wrong with it, and I can't get in touch with you, so I'm going to take it upon myself to just tell him to go over there and do what he wants to do. Thank you. I'm at 5449. Okay?
All right. Thank you very much. What's your name?
I'm Gail. Aiken.
Gail, you were very nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You know, a lot of people, they...
I don't know. I want to tell you. No, you
All right, if you don't know, then you call.
I don't know, so I want to find out.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. How you doing? This is what I was waiting on, a marked unit to go by. I'm gonna get.
Help you with something.
No, thank you. I'm good to go. I'm just a
Well, I'm
journalist.
just curious why you're taking pictures of police cars inside the gate and coming out of the gate.
I just want to get him going by. I'm a journalist gathering content for a story.
I'm sorry?
Journalist gathering content for a story.
Really? Which organization do you work for?
Rather not answer any questions.
Do you have any ID on you, sir?
Do you have any identification?
That doesn't.
By the way, you don't have my permission to tape me, but
That's
you
fine.
can.
I'm taking you. I'm
That's
taking
fine.
you. I don't need your permission. Do I need your permission?
Yes, you do.
Really? Why?
Yeah, because Florida is a second party state. You need two parties to consent to a videotape.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and keep recording anyway.
Okay.
Do I have your consent?
No.
Okay. Do I have your consent? No? Okay. Well, I'm going to keep recording anyway.
Okay.
Do you have any ID on you?
Am I being detained? We're free to go.
Do you have any ID on you?
We are conducting an investigation.
read that card?
Because your conduct, sir,
Can you hand that
Sir?
card to him, please?
sir.
I've explained to you I'm a journalist gathering content for a story.
However,
I'm seeking B-roll footage of a marked unit leaving the
if
gate.
you ask us, we'd be happy to provide that for you.
Well, I'd rather just wait for one to come by naturally and just get it.
Well, it's a suspicious conduct for somebody to go ahead and videotape police cars behind the gate and waiting for them to come out, only because of what's happened in past experience. So it would not be unusual for us to say, hey, what are you doing?
Right. I understand. I'm a journalist gathering content for a story.
Okay. Do you have any identification to prove who you
Can
are?
you hand that to him so he can see it too, please?
Does that
So
have
you
who
can-
your
It
identification
doesn't
is?
say who you are. It says
Can I
you
have
invoke
that?
your rights.
Can I have that? Yes, that's what it says.
Okay, are
Can
you
read
familiar
this?
with Terry versus Ohio,
Can you read this?
1968?
Am I being detained?
Yes, you are.
For what reason?
We are now conducting an investigation to find out what you're doing here.
For what am I doing that's suspicious?
Well, when you're taking pictures of police
Is that
officers...
illegal?
Well, if
Can I
you're
have your
looking-
name and badge number? Your name and badge number?
Sure.
What's your name and badge number?
However, I'm going to answer your question first.
Okay.
If you are taking pictures of people behind this gate...
Did you see me taking pictures of people behind the
Yeah,
gate?
yes, I did.
Did you?
I just drove out and said, God, I wonder why that guy's taking pictures of
Right.
us behind the gate.
I'm a journalist gathering content for a story. At this point, I'd like
Okay.
to be free to go. I'm not answering any questions.
Well,
And,
I think it's suspicious activity considering
Okay.
there are all kinds of threats out there against police officers in this police department.
This journalist presented a small card instead of his identity card, which is actually a pretty good idea. In fact, in this situation, you could also say, you seem to be a little paranoid, which is the least of my problems. I have a job to do. I am currently engaged in an activity protected by the Constitution, specifically by the First Amendment. Do not violate my rights, or you will lose your qualified immunity. By saying this, you are informing the law enforcement in front of you that 1. You control this conversation and you are in the driver's seat. 2. You know your rights. 3. You are not a fish. 4. You are ready to retaliate legally in case the situation turns bad.
Is
that's
filming illegal?
Is gathering intelligence? Yes, it could be.
Gathering.
So it's worth doing an investigation and say, hey, who is this person? Why are they so interested? Is there some service we can provide for them?
No thanks. I'm good.
Well, we have a public information officer if you'd like to talk to him.
I just like to get raw footage on the streets.
So your desire is to look at police cars, find out who's going on the street and who's not.
Journalists gathering content for story.
Well, I'm just asking you, is that what you
I was
said?
getting B-roll footage of the marked unit. I was just waiting on a marked unit to leave or come in.
Do you have any identification to say that you're a journalist?
Do I need identification?
Usually journalists, that's a normal thing that a journalist would say, yes, I have, absolutely
I'm a
have
correspondent for
identification.
Photography is Not a Crime.
Which company?
For Photography is Not a Crime.
I'm sorry, I can't hear.
Photography is Not a Crime out of Miami.
Okay. So who do you work for there?
Carlos Miller.
Who?
Carlos Miller.
Does he have a phone number? Can we contact him to verify?
Am I free to go? I'd just like to be free to go. I'm getting tired of this. You guys have a nice day. If I'm not being detained, I'll see you later. But I'd like your name and badge number first.
Officer Agata.
What's your name?
Part-time officer. 14743.
Okay.
Officer Einiger, you're not free to film me.
Yeah, you really
Can I have your
don't
name and badge number, sir?
your permission. You don't have my permission to film me, sir.
Can I have your name and badge number, sir?
You give
Give
it
me
to
your
him.
name first, and I'll give you mine.
I'd like to remain silent. May I have your name and badge
Okay, well,
number?
I'd like to remain silent.
You are obligated by
Officer
policy
Knight, just
to tell
give
me.
your name and ID number, and we're going to ask you to just carry on, move on about your business, sir. Because your conduct is now suspicious to me.
All right. I've already told you I'm a journalist.
Yeah,
gathering content.
you already told me that.
No, I'm
However, you're here. In my mind, I have to at least be stated to say, is he carrying on journalism? Because you haven't shown me that you're a
Right.
journalist. You haven't proved anything to say, yeah, I'm a journalist,
Mm-hmm.
other than you have a camera. 2, is it unusual for people to gather intelligence on police departments to do nefarious acts? And the answer is yes.
It's almost like you wanted this to happen.
I would say. That's just my opinion.
And now, because this police officer acted as an arrogant, you could state this. No one cares about your opinion except you, sir. Your opinion is your own and cannot supersede the Constitution of the United States. So unless I am detained, in which case you have to issue a RAS, a reasonable and articulable suspicion that I have committed a crime. I am about to commit a crime, or I will commit an imminent crime. I have nothing left to tell you. I don't have to justify myself, sir. Being suspicious is not a crime.
However, give him your name and number.
I was waiting for a marked unit to go by, and
Well,
I was done with what I was
saw
doing.
a couple go by, sir, before I pulled out of the gate.
Yeah,
and
but
that's
none were
that-
marked though. They were just like plain.
I saw a marked unit go out in front of me. So I've got to say to myself, are you really looking for
Thank you, sir.
footage, or are you looking to do something nefarious?
Okay.
And every time I've asked you that,
I'm a journalist gathering content
yeah,
for a
which
story.
I find that to be questionable at best.
And every journalist I've dealt with,
Mhm.
it's at least provided me their name and identification of where they work for.
And the actual company, what did you say the company
Photography is not a crime.
was? Photography is not
Out of
a-
Miami, Carlos Miller.
Carlos
Miller.
Miller?
Yes, sir.
Does he have a phone number, sir?
I do, but I don't have it off the top of my head. I'd have to stop recording.
Oh, you don't have it off the... But that's a company you work for, right?
Let me go. Am I free to go?
Yeah, because now
Bye,
you're being
guys.
cornered. I get it.
Yeah. Bye, guys. Have a good day. All right. So they're sitting right there. That's them sitting right there. I guarantee you that marked unit's going to come get behind me and run my tag. So I'll see y'all later. All right, so here he comes. There's the marked unit right behind me. Running my tag. There he goes.
Like a boss.